we are about to get to the headlines across Africa segment. Stay with me.
Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
Well, today we're going to Benin, Eritrea, and Seychelles.
Okay.
So starting from Benin, we're reading from the La Nation newspaper, and the headline says Benin Elections Organization. Links between Senna, Electoral Council, and General Election Directorate.
Okay.
Well, the Electoral Council and the General Directorate of Elections are two structures that now make up the Autonomous National Electoral Commission, Senna. The latter does not disappear, on the contrary. It has been restructured to make it more effective in its mission under the current electoral code.
Okay.
Now, it was established in 1995, and the National Autonomous Electoral Commission, SENA, has resisted political reforms in 2019 in Benin. It does not disappear, contrary to what some people think. However, the electoral institution has been reviewed in its framework by the legislature. Indeed, the SENA is now composed of two new structures, the Electoral Council and the General Directorate of Elections. Well, the current Senate mandate, installed in 2014, ends on 13 July. The process of setting up the next Senate has already begun with the appointment of the members of the Electoral Council. 3 of the 5 personalities provided by the law are already known. These are the 2 representatives of the National Assembly. In this case, Saka Lafia, the current Minister of the Interior and Public Security, appointed by the parliamentary majority, that is the members of the Progressive Union, and Abu Bukari Adam Sule, chosen by the parliamentary minority, including the Republican Bloc Group. Well, there's a story coming from the La Nation newspaper in Benin.
Okay.
Now, moving on to Eritrea, we're reading from the Tesfa newspaper, and the headline says, another false accusation against Eritrea.
Okay. By whom?
Well, you know there's going to be a review of the mandate of the United Nations Special Rapporteur when the internet is flooded with a plethora of hastily put together, regurgitated, debunked claims against Eritrea.
Right.
The writer believes that he has a sneaky suspicion in organizations like Amnesty International that purports to stand for human rights as long as it furthers the questionable political ambition of their sponsors. All annual leave must be cancelled when one of those UN meetings loom on the distant horizon.
Okay. Worrying, isn't it?
Yeah, well, keeping with their tradition, the latter part of February 2021 saw the cyber world awash with unfounded allegations against Eritrea. One such report was the Amnesty report that was dated 25th of February. Now, in a report that spanned over 25 pages, Amnesty went into quite some detail about killings that were supposed to have happened a day or two before the holiest of days in the Orthodox calendar, the annual celebration of the St. Mary of Zion, which falls on 30th November, without providing a shred of tangible evidence. The entire report was based on anonymous and unsubstantiated sources.
Okay.
Well, ironically, in a sign of the changing times, it was a news clip by the broadcast by the Ethiopian state-owned television station that put a stake right through the heart of Amnesty's claims.
Right. Okay.
Well, the wheels came off Amnesty's report when a video clip of the celebrations in Azum, which had supposedly been cancelled if Amnesty was to be believed, which was shot on 30th of November 2020 and uploaded on YouTube on 4th December 2020, surfaced, proving beyond any reasonable doubt that the vicious claims made by Amnesty were false.
Whoa.
Well, there's a story coming from the
problematic.
Tesfa newspaper. I wouldn't want to say problematic, but I think as much as we're not looking to take sides, you have to make sure you know what's happening on both angles before you start anything. But I'm happy by the fact that a newspaper or a country's newspaper is coming out to probably debunk certain claims by major organizations. Because half of the time you have these big corporations from outside there framing what they want the people to believe. Because they frame it sometimes to sue their audience. Sometimes they frame it as it best suits them. Exactly. So if that is not the situation on the ground, that is not what it was, and they are coming out to debunk it, I think think it's a good thing because then it's like we're
Yeah.
not going to let you tell our story for us.
us,
No,
yeah, that
we
is
can tell
true.
our own story.
But why wait, anyway, that's not,
We're dealing
know-
with a conglomerate, and I mean, there's so many
yeah,
links involved.
something else. Anyway, well, sometimes you find it very difficult to trust. Like, who, you don't even know who to trust sometimes, you know? But anyway, let's continue.
Well, moving on to Seychelles, we're reading from the Seychelles Nation newspaper.
Okay.
And the headline says Agriculture, Food Security, and Fisheries Aquaculture SADC ministers meet through video conferencing.
Okay.
The joint meeting of the SADC ministers responsible for agriculture and food security, fisheries, and aquaculture was held last Friday in Maputo, Mozambique, through video conferencing.
Okay.
Now, prior to this joint meeting, principal secretaries and senior officials responsible for agriculture and food security, fisheries, and aquaculture met on 5th to 6th May 2021 for the preparation of the annotated agenda, which was approved by the ministers. The joint meeting was attended by 114 delegates from the 14 member states, namely Angola, Botswana, Eswatini, Lesotho, Madagascar, Malawi, Mauritius, Mozambique, Namibia, Seychelles, South Africa, Tanzania, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Well, the Seychelles delegation consisted of the Minister for Agriculture, Climate Change and Environment, Flavian Jobert, Kevin Nancy, and Antoine Moustache from the Department of Agriculture, and Aubrey L'Espérance from the Seychelles Fishing Authority. And that's a story coming from the Seychelles Nation newspaper.
All right.
It's good to adapt to the times.
Oh yeah. I mean, if evolution, something that one has to do, change, like they say, is constant. Okay, so this brings us to the end of headlines across Africa.